What's up, Sooner Nation? Happy Monday night. Welcome to the Sooner Surge podcast that tells it like it is for a Monday night live. If you're new here, we're live every night at 9:30. If you're not new, thanks for joining us as always. News out of Norman is they are wearing the throwbacks this Saturday against Kent State. Not a surprise. They tend to wear the throwbacks or unity against teams they know they're going to win. So, the big news this week is you got October coming up, and you got Hawktober for OU. Probably the 1 week of Hawkins that you'll see because, as I've been saying from the beginning, I think John Mateer will be back against Texas.
We'll see. You got another week and a half to 2 weeks before you figure that out. But, throwback throwback uniforms. I like the throwback uniforms for an alternate. I don't like the unities, so I like this, something different. Kent State, 3 o'clock, should be a 45-point favorite. Should be a game where you can maybe try to get some things going positive in the running game. I don't know. I don't know, Jeremy. I'll just be flat out honest with you. This game doesn't do a whole lot for me as a fan. Just because you've played Michigan and now it's like, here you are playing. It's kind of like the game last year they played later in the year, Maine. I was just like, oh my gosh, especially after a bye week already. Now, the good news is you have another week till Texas. And to get some guys healthy, we'll see. Brent Venables today said Giovanni Gibson and Eli Bowen will be back on this coach's show as long as there's no setbacks. But, hey, Jeremy, as Peter mentioned earlier, I'm just going to make Peter happy here. And I'm going to throw it back to you for the next comment, Jeremy.
Yeah, throw it back to me. And throwbacks are way better than the Unity uniforms, for sure, Jay. I agree.
Hey, they are honoring the 1985 team, by the way. So
yes,
that's going to be
National Championship team.
National Championship. That'll be cool.
Hey, I see 1982 Boomer Sooner. Well, that's how OU looked. Like you couldn't even tell who was who back in the day. On those teams.
My one thing I would like to see with these unities, I like these, or not unities, with these alternates, these throwbacks. I would rather them be all white. The jerseys too.
Well, it's not a road game, so they're not going to wear all white.
You can do that at home.
Yeah, you're not going to. OU's not going to do that.
Why?
Hey,
I like icy white.
Because they're not. Hey, Joe, you already know my answer on this. And I saw Colin ask earlier, what can OU do in the run game to improve it, and will Ott play? Okay, yes, I've been saying it. Jason has been on the other side of things. I've said I think Ott is going to be a valuable piece of this team. I have been so ripped since the minute it came out of my mouth. But, I will talk Ott, Greg God, because I believe Ott's going to be a valuable piece of this team, okay? And yes, Sooner fan, Bigsby is number one team in the country.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But do you think they're going to start getting more guys come out of Bigsby that play D1? Because if you look at the history of Bigsby,
they haven't had a history of guys, but
they've had some, but not like like you would think. Like IMG's ranked number 2. They have guys all the time. So
correct.
Now Bigsby, Caden Cooper committed to Oklahoma. That's one. They have some other guys that Brent Venables was there watching the other night. But hey, I'm going to throw a stat out for you guys. Probably, in my opinion, the most important stat for Oklahoma so far defensively. Okay? And you agree or disagree with this, Jeremy? OU ranks number 1 in pressure percentage without blitzing at 47.4%, which means
the front four is doing their job.
The front four can get home without help of the blitz, and they're ranked number 1. That's you look at all the defensive stats that they're ranked really high at 1, 2, or 3. There's a lot of good ones. I think that might be the most important one, especially with a Brent Venables coach defense. Because if your front four, we've seen this when he coached Clemson, if your front 3 or 4 can get home and you don't bring blitz, well, one thing that really helps is your pass success rate, which, by the way, they are number 1 in. 76.2% defensive pass success rate. So
yeah, and
the D-line, we've talked about this for years.
the key,
The
Jay.
D-line solves a lot of issues if it's really good up front and they're dominant. And you're seeing it.
Now, Ricky says if Hawk struggles, you're going to see Mateer. If Mateer's not healthy, he won't play against Texas. He's going to be healthy. I saw an image going around where it just looks like a Band-Aid on the stuff.
You think that's a legitimate? I know Platoma.
You never know if it is, Jay.
I've seen multiple people put that out tonight, though.
I know. And Bigsby's got a lot of D1 guys and Power 4 conference guys this year. It's different than what it's been.
I agree.
Jay, I'm going to answer this question, then I've got to talk about something. What do you think would be preferable as it relates to OU's college football playoff chance between these two scenarios? Losing Texas by 3 with a fully healthy material, losing by 10 with a loss is a loss, but in the end, yeah, I mean, if OU's 10-2, they're in. So if they're 9-3 and Mateer was gone for 2 of the 3 losses, that would be a big deal. I don't think he's going to be, because I think he's going to be back. Hey, I've got to ask you this because people put it in the Discord, and I want to mention Dan Lanning. Joe Klatt, if you saw, rated some things, and he talked about Dan Lanning, and he said this was supposed to be a rebuilding year. New quarterback, 4 new offensive linemen, 2 true freshmen or redshirt freshmen at corner. And I started thinking, is that OU? New quarterback, 4 new offensive linemen, and a true freshman at corner. Aren't they pretty similar?
Yeah.
In the way Joe Klatt described Oregon, they're very similar. And by the way, people act like Dante Moore is a guy no one was talking about. He was super hyped.
Yeah, he was hyped up. Hey, if you go look at the schedule, I don't think Oregon's going to lose a game. They don't. Go look at their schedule. They get Indiana at home. I don't think they're going to lose a game. So the Oregon talk's going to continue all year because I really, really feel deep down, I think they're going undefeated regular season. I just don't know if anybody's going to beat them when you look at their schedule. So, they are going to probably be one.
Sooner fan says, watch the Oklahoma breakdown. Eichert said there's a very good possibility Dr. Shin will be in pregame hype video. There's only one. Hey, it would be great. I'm putting it past OU to do it. I don't think OU does it. I don't think they'll do it.
I don't think they will either.
Joe Klatt did not have OU in the top 10, correct, in his top 10. And I think that's he also called him a pretender.
Hey, I'm gonna read you.
Interesting.
I'm gonna read you this schedule. You tell me a game they would lose. This is Oregon. Indiana, it's at Oregon. Oregon at Rutgers. Wisconsin at Oregon. Oregon at Iowa. Minnesota at Oregon. USC at Oregon. Oregon at Washington. They're not losing a game.
Yeah, they're not losing a game.
Now, hey, I got to bring up a stat. I saw Doubt Post talking about how they were talking about the running game on the breakdown and stuff and how OU's got to get together. I absolutely agree. And let me say this for a minute. OU needs to get the running game going. But I do think what happens on Sooner Surge, happens on any place that talks OU is we are very focused on Oklahoma, okay? That's what we are. We are Oklahoma focused. We talk about Oklahoma. But, Jerem, the same people that are going to say OU needs to run the ball, and I'm one of them. They need to. They got to fix it. Did you know LSU's behind Oklahoma in rushing?
And Caden Durham's the man.
Did you know that Alabama's behind Oklahoma in rushing the ball?
I know, Jay. It's because
it's not just. I mean, OU's got to get better, but people act like Alabama and LSU don't have any deficiency. They can't run the ball.
I was just getting ready to say, Jay, OU fan. I mean, and we do it. We put them under a microscope, and we should. But there's a lot of teams that aren't 2-dimensional, Jay, out there, and there's some in the top 10 that are not 2-dimensional. There are.
Yeah, there are.
Now, what's interesting is Joe Klatt had OU pretender, Michigan contender because of their schedule.
Hey, Greg, it doesn't matter.
I'm so tired of the running quarterback crap.
Hey, it doesn't matter.
Jay, does it matter if the quarterback runs? Does it matter?
Listen, I don't know why people get defensive of Alabama and LSU. I put a stat out there. I can read it for you right here. OU averages 3.6 yards a carry. Alabama, wait, let me see this. As far as yards, OU has rushed for 501 yards. Alabama 488. LSU 524. LSU, though, people want to talk about Durham. I get it. Blaylock averages more yards a carry than Durham this year. They haven't ran the ball at all. Part of LSU's problem on offense is they can't run the ball. Just like, guys, part of Oklahoma's problem is they can't run the ball on offense. That's part of the problem with Oklahoma.
What's happened to the Caden Durham love, Jay?
Well, he didn't play last game. I don't know if he must.
I agree he didn't, but
he must be injured.
I don't think he would have went off against Ole Miss. He hasn't gone off against anyone, Jay.
Hey, Sooner Cal, I don't really play the comparison games. I think A&M should have beat Auburn by.
We're very similar.
Well, they should have beaten them by a lot more. They should have beaten them by 20 points. They had their chances.
And I love what Bob Stoops said. Here's my thing. If you're a better passing team than running, then pass the ball. And hit the quick hitters and run the quarterback.
But I think we can all agree on here on this show that OU needs to get better in the running game. That's a fact. It's not a misnomer. It has to happen. OU needs to get better in the running game. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you want, and Jerm, that's why right now I wouldn't pick LSU to win a national.
You can't pick LSU very highly right now, Jay.
Well, you got to be able to run the ball, Jerm. You got to be able to run the ball some.
Did any of the games this weekend make you feel more or less confident in OU navigating? I mean, it shows that OU can play with most teams, if not all. Yes. There's no dominant team right now.
I don't know about this platoon. I
think they will, because I think Hawkins is going to get a lot.
Now, Hawkins is the guy that could bust one for 50.
Hey, Greg, no one's crying about Klatt, buddy. No one's crying
about it. There's a lot of people crying about Klatt in the chat. Yes, sir.
Stating a fact.
No, there's people crying about Klatt. I don't know why. I don't even watch Klatt anymore. He doesn't do.
I said about Klatt was it's funny that he mentioned what he did about Lanning, but it actually described OU this year. I thought that was interesting.
I haven't watched Klatt since they started doing. I mean, he doesn't ever call an OU game. Does he ever watch an SEC game? He doesn't call any of them. I mean, come on now. When OU was in the Big 12 and Klatt was calling Big 12 games, he hyped OU up more than any other team. So,
yeah, I don't know about the chat. Yeah, maybe they're whining in there, Jay. I don't know.
It is. It's the chat. That's
I'm doing a live show trying to read as much as I can, Jay.
Well, that's why I'm telling you. I'm telling you that. So,
yeah, and Jesse's right. Georgia dominated the rushing game in that game and got throttled in the first half. To me, it depends on what they're giving you. If you can't move the ball running or passing, that's when you're up a creek and drowning.
Well, Crystal said he's been missing bad this year. So, yeah, I don't know.
It should be a good thing if he's not picking OU.
Get a freaking turnover against Kent State. I agree with Colin.
Yeah.
Need one.
Someone earlier asked three things I want to see. I want to see Jaden Ott. I want to see Giovanni Gibson. And I want to see Michael Hawkins show some maturity in the pocket and not just take off every time extend plays and throw the ball. Okay, that's what I want to see. I don't want to see him one read and lead. Okay, that's what I want to see. The three things I want to see is right there. I want to see Eli Bowen. I want to see a lot of Boganowski. I want to see Danny Okoye getting the quarterback. There's a lot of things I want to see.
Yeah. Hey, I want to answer Joe's question because he's asking me. Jason talked about nobody beating Oregon. Who does he think will be? Hey, first off, Joe, if OU had Oregon scheduled the rest of the way, I would probably pick OU to win every game. They don't. They have a way different schedule than Oregon. OU could lose 3 or 4 games, Joe. They could win 10 games. They could win 8. There's a lot of good teams that they're playing, man. It's different than saying they're going to beat Minnesota and Wisconsin and Iowa. Okay?
Really quickly, let me get to Corks. I don't know, Corks. I don't know what your comment's referring to. Is it the Auburn game? Huh? Everyone wants to talk about OU Auburn and OU only scored 24. We. How many A&M scoring them, Jay?
16.
16, buddy. 16. The Mighty Aggies. 16.
I think maybe you need to read the rest of the – I think, man, you're just on edge, man.
I'm not on edge at all, man.
Okay.
Fired up as always, man. I just love it. Love it, Jay.
I did see this. I don't know. We'll see what happens on this. I don't know. But
maybe he's talking about Ole Miss. I think 24 home and gifted 7. Doesn't matter.
yeah,
Win,
you
win.
lost your mind.
Cool, Jay.
Why do you do that?
Because I want to, Jay.
Well, it's ridiculous.
Hey, let's open the phone lines right now. I'm ready for it. Here's the phone lines. Dropping it in the comment section right here. Be ready for it. Be a caller tonight. Don't be a keyboard warrior. Be a caller. Call in. Click that StreamYard link. Give us a holler. Check out the Fan Stop at thefanstop.com. Sign up for your Shirt of the Month Club, or go on there and check out the Upside Down Longhorn hat, or go on there and order your thumb hat. Yeah, that's right. It's a thumb. That's right. Go in there, Dr. Shin Thumb. The thumb's going to be back this week. Mateer's thumb against Texas probably. Sounds like he's been coaching Hawkins up quite a bit too. Hey, Texas Nightmare, you won't do it. I guarantee you won't. You won't do it. I've been waiting on this for a long time. Go ahead, Texas Nightmare. Hey, don't just talk the talk. Walk the walk, weakling, okay? Walk the walk, weakling. Call in tonight.
Germ.
Yeah.
Why do you – it's like empty threat. You know that's not going to happen. Why do you even bring it up?
Yeah, I think it's funny. He don't want me to – he don't want it. He doesn't want it. Yeah, I'm getting pumped for this game, Jay.
Pumped for the
John Mateer had a broken hand and still put up 24 points with a broken thumb. Did I mention anything about John Mateer's broken thumb against – well, you're saying hand, but it's a thumb. Fear the thumb. Fear the thumb. Get your thumb shirt today, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, corrections. Corrections 101 right now. Email us right now at SoonerSurgePod@gmail.com. Got something for you. Email us at SoonerSurgePod@gmail.com. Hey, there's a thumb hat. Go get yours tonight. Go get it tonight.
Hey, what was I going to get to? Something over here. Oh, Courts, you can't really do that because they'll come back as another name tomorrow night. Have you seen the movie Groundhog Day?
Yes.
Yeah. You know what I mean. Yeah, I'll call in later, like never.
Hey, yeah, call in. Joe John Finley's not – there's no offensive staff member getting fired if they make the playoff this year. There's not. SGA 4 MVP. I've said it. Now, actually, I didn't say breakout against Kent State. All I said was he's going to be a valuable piece for this team, and I got laughed at, including the one you're looking at right there, the evil twin, Jason, who says, quote,
evil? Wait, hold it. Evil.
Quote,
wait, no, evil? Why am I evil?
Because there's always an evil twin. You're it. Quote, Jaden Ott's time at OU is over with. Done. He's not playing another down. Another down. You said it. You.
Has he?
He will be this week.
Has he?
He will be this week.
Has he?
No, he hasn't, but he will.
So why are you getting all like amped up when you – what is this?
I just got a gut feeling, Jay.
Golly, man.
It's a gut feeling, Jay. Hey, in the chat, who thinks Jaden Ott's going to get some carries this week? The biggest question is, Jay, is do they unleash Jaden Ott? Hey, Courts, I was right on Kanik too one night. Huh? I was right on Kanik. He's maybe the most valuable player on offense up until this point, but he's got to continue it. That's the thing. He's got to continue it. Colin is in here. Let's get to Colin. What's up? Jay, do you got this set right?
What's going on?
What's up? Can you hear me?
Yes.
How are you guys doing?
Good.
But, yeah, I think this week, even though, it's Kent State, I think it will be good to see a lot of younger people.
Well, yeah, you don't want injuries.
Hawkins, and I do think we'll see a lot more Jaden Ott. Because I still think he's good. I think he's just been
I don't know if he is.
Yeah, we can't really say anything. But as I was kind of saying, and you somewhat answered it earlier, but like, what do you need to see from Michael Hawkins this against Kent State to justify the fact that if he has to play Texas, you're more confident in him going in there and winning?
Yeah. Hey, thanks for the question. I think the biggest thing is he's got to show that he can extend plays in the air, not just take off running. That's the biggest thing, maybe. Look off a receiver, find someone else, make the right call in the decision. And that's the biggest thing for me.
Do you think that Ben Orbeckle's scheme helps with Hawkins' play style? Because I know we can't look at last year because we had Seth Luttrell and all this new offensive staff and fired him, and he was in a bad situation with injuries and didn't really get to show his full potential. And I think under a better O-line, healthy receivers, I think we'll actually get to see something pretty good from him.
Yeah, I hope, and then I hope Mateer's back for Texas. So,
yeah.
I think a lot of people want Mateer back for Texas, but I think it's going to be interesting to watch Hawkins. Colin, I mean, I'm intrigued by it. See what he can do.
And then before I head out, I think that as of now, I think the biggest thing that surprised me, because I wouldn't say the defense of success has surprised me. I knew defensive line, and I know we had a strong defense, but I definitely did not have on my bingo card Kanik leading receiving yards over some receivers.
Pretty miraculous, to be honest.
And even leading tight ends in receiving yards. Like, you could just around and win the tight end award for best tight end. And he was
leading the
linebacker.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't think anybody could have expected.
I think he is having a lot of success because he did play linebacker, so he is able to understand zones. And you see, like, John Mateer, that's Kanik's kind of his right-hand man. When he needs a play, he's going to Kanik. And Kanik's reaching out for it. He's giving
and he's doing great. Yeah.
I agree. It's been a huge surprise, and keep it going, you know? Hey, call it Thunder basketball coming soon, bro.
That's right.
Yeah, back to back.
Hey, thanks. Hey, I'm going to address Gray God in the chat because I want to make sure everyone's understanding something, Jane, you included. I am not
a person.
I hate the term, and we'll get to Jackson, then we'll fit with Fry after Jackson, but I'm not glazing Ott. What I'm saying is, why wouldn't you want Ott to play the first off? Torrey Blaylock, I love a lot. I'm not saying Ott should start. I'm saying Torrey Blaylock's the starter, but I would think you'd want your backups in this game, and I want to see what they can have with Ott. If he's a guy who can get out in some space and get him the ball in the air a little bit, like this is a game you need to see some of that because you need a second running back. Barnes ain't it, in my opinion. I want Ott or X-Rob.
And Dalpost, I think they both play, so we'll see. I think they both play.
So let's get to Jackson.
What's up, Jackson?
What's up, boys? Hey, just to talk about this game this upcoming week, I think, there's something to look really, I think, is exciting on offense because we actually might get to see Elijah Thomas play on offense for the first time.
He played against Temple, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, but that was for like very few snaps. And then now, but I say that in which he actually might get snaps early because like this is a game in which you probably are only going to need the ones outside of Michael Hawkins Jr. And you might not even play him except for the first, maybe halfway through the second quarter.
Who?
Hawkins will play the entire first half no matter the score.
Yeah, Hawkins isn't playing a quarter. What are you talking about?
He's going to play the entire first half, especially if he has to play against Texas.
I think Hawkins plays 3 quarters.
Dude, even if they're about like 60?
Yeah.
They're not going to be up 60, Jackson.
Yeah, they're not going to be up 60.
It's Kent State. They should win by 60 points.
They were also up 3-0 on Kent State a couple years ago.
They should win by 45.
Okay. This team is a lot better than that team, Jeremy.
45-point favorites would mean they win by 45. That's what Vegas has.
Yeah, I think OU should win by 60 plus points.
Hey, Whit Newbarrow will get some snaps in the fourth quarter.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. You might even get to see Jet New play. Who knows?
No.
But I was just calling to say that I'm excited to watch Elijah Thomas play, potentially Josiah Martin too. I think he's a guy, in my opinion, Josiah Martin, that I think is going to be a good player down the line. And Elijah Thomas, I would not be shocked if he makes an explosive play because he's been the best player on special teams. And also, why in the right mind does OU not try to run outside zone, guys?
I'm not a coach, so I don't know the
Well,
issues.
I know, but they can't move people off the ball, so I don't understand why they don't try and do that.
Well, they're going to have to figure out scheme-wise what their best
Yeah,
bet's
they
gonna
are,
be moving
because
forward.
if they can't run the ball in the red upcoming these next few weeks, especially if you have to go on the road, South Carolina versus Texas versus Ole Miss, it's gonna be very hard to win those games. And I get it. John Materi's he's made some awesome plays, been the hero, the guy that he brought him in to be, but you have to be able to run the ball, and it's a major issue. And I said this in the chat earlier, I don't know if you guys saw it, but Oklahoma cannot compete for a national championship if they cannot run the ball. Point blank, period.
National championship, you aren't going to compete for an SEC championship if you can't run the ball a little bit better. I think you got to
Okay, that's fair.
I
SEC
think you got to
or
run it
national
better than you're running it
championship.
right now. But
Yeah,
there's a
and
lot of people that need to run it better.
yeah, I know, and just like it's gonna be really interesting because you're hoping that they can just dominate in the ground game this upcoming week, and if they don't, it's a major issue.
I don't, a lot of people are saying, hey, and thanks for the call, Jackson. We're going to get the
Yeah.
next call. Hey, a lot of people are saying that, but I don't need to see OU rush for 300 yards against Kent State. That's not going to do me. I mean, cool, but it's Kent State. Like, OU can go out there and run the ball really well this week, and people will say, man, maybe they fixed the running game. Let's remember it's Kent State, okay? I don't think you're really going to see – should they run it better than they did against Illinois State? I would hope. But,
to me, you need timely running plays. It's not like you have to rush for 200 yards a game. The dual-headed monster, Jay, just doesn't exist much anymore. Go look at teams across the country. You said it. Alabama and LSU, OU's ahead of, so whatever. You got to find one, but it's got to be more timely than anything. Let's get with Fit with Fry, followed by Corks.
What's up?
What's up, y'all?
Not much.
What's going on?
You know, with as much parity, I'm gonna give you guys one of the best takes right here. One of the most important parts of the game with this much parity is the coach's situational awareness. Whenever I'm watching these games this weekend, they use a time. Kirby Smart uses a timeout before the 2-minute warning. Not smart, because they get one first down, game over.
Yeah.
So he's over here. He uses his timeout before the 2-minute warning. They run the clock. They get the first down. Game over.
He also tried to go for it instead of kicking a field goal.
I'm telling you, that's something I'm ready to see with Britt Venables. What is he going to do when he gets in these situations? Are they going to use the timeouts in the right way? Is he going to allow Ben Arbuckle to be the one who makes that decision? Or is he going to be the ultimate decision maker if they're on offense? Is he going to get in Ben Arbuckle's ear and say, run the ball? I don't care if we get in 2 yards. We need a rest, run that clock, run the ball. We're up by 3 in the fourth quarter against Ole Miss. What is he going to do? Is he going to punt it, or is he going to go for it on 4th and 2?
Well, hey, Fit, he had a chance against Auburn. He kicks the field goal instead of going for it. I thought he should have went for it there. Ended up working out, but that was a perfect example of what you're talking about.
I feel like in the SEC, when you get a chance to get points, you take the points. Because these games, all of them are coming down to 3 points, 10 points, 7 points. Somebody gets a late touchdown, it might become a 10-point game. But most of these games, even Auburn, people don't talk about this. Coleman had a drop pass. Coleman had a drop pass for a first down, and they were driving, and Arnold was getting in rhythm, and he drops the ball twice. 2 times he dropped the ball. I'm talking about right on his hands. People are not talking about that.
Georgia dropped a touchdown pass.
But if he would have caught those passes, they would have got 3 points at least. And they put the pressure back on A&M because it was only 13-10 at the time. So these situational, when we come down to, should we kick this 50-yard field goal or should we go for it on 4th and 3? If we have good special teams, I think we should take the points as much as possible because those points are hard to come by. 16-10, 24-21. Some of these games, you see the Mississippi State-Tennessee game, it was a little high scoring, but most of these games, especially with OU's defense, it's going to be 24-17, most 31-24. All these games are going to be a touchdown or less. Let's see if the coaching's gotten better because there's been some situational awareness stuff that we've messed up in the past. Against Kansas, against Oklahoma State, those games we should have won, but the coaching became a part of the reasons why we didn't win those games. I want to see Brent Venables grow in that way and win these games at the end. Win them at the end. Get the points every time.
That's good.
I
Good
agree
call.
with that.
Good
But
call.
I'm off here. Y'all have an amazing night.
You
And
too.
let's Boomer Sooner.
Hey,
Boomer
good
Sooner.
stuff.
Good call. Let's get to Corks.
What's up, Corks?
Hello, how y'all doing?
Doing well.
Great.
You?
Long time listener, first time caller. That's I don't know if y'all ever watched or listened to that show in the old days, Mr. Obvious.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. I'm curious about Germ. What does he think about that guy we got in the portal? I think his name is Ott.
I want to see more of him. I'm not saying he's going to be elite. All I made a comment on, Corks, 2 weeks ago or whenever it was, I said is he's going to make some valuable plays for OU this year. That's all I said. I believe it.
Well, we playing a pansy team coming up. We ought to be able to run the ball very well, don't you think?
I hope, but so was Illinois State, and they didn't.
Yeah, we couldn't do it then either, but we ought to be able to. I think we'll be all right. We ought to be able to put 250 yards rushing on them.
Hey, Corks, I'm going to ask you something and give me your opinion here.
What?
Torrey Blaylock's the number one guy.
Yes.
I think OU going forward needs to have a number two guy who can complement Torrey Blaylock and be a guy who can give 10 to 15 carries a game. I don't think Javonte Barnes is that guy personally. If you do, go for it. But who do you want to see then?
Well, after rewatching the Auburn game, it looked like they gave X-Rob some run. They didn't
I
run
wouldn't
him.
mind X-Rob.
Well, they didn't run him. I didn't see Tatum out there at all.
Do you think they need a second guy besides Blaylock?
You always need at least a second guy. This ain't
Okay,
like the
so-
old days where you could run a horse 1,000
Right.
times a year,
So,
you know.
so what's the big deal in asking that I want to see Ott play more? I don't
No, it's not a big deal. We all want to see it. I thought
I
he
don't
was
think
going to
a
be
lot
a
of
home
people
run
do,
hitter
Gord.
for us. He's been a nothing.
He's been nothing. That's right.
What concerns me about him was that whiff on that
The block.
attempt at a block. That looked like he intentionally whiffed and didn't care.
It was.
Yeah,
So that has me concerned.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So can I go try and walk on at my age at OU and get me some NIL and sit?
Do you have eligibility left?
I got eligibility.
Go
I just
for it,
don't know
Corks.
if I
Go for it,
got
bro.
the bones for it.
Go for it, Corks.
Anyways, it's a bye week, so it's boring. Sorry. I was just trying to have a little fun with Jeremy.
Hey, bring it. I love it. I love it.
Boomer Sooner.
That's
Have a good
right.
one,
Hey, Jay, Barnes, Sean says Barnes can't catch either, Jay. Barnes can't catch either.
Nope.
So maybe Ott can. Hey, just be ready to eat crow. Hey, Grey God, if you want to say Ott has not been good, I agree with you. What are you going to say if in 4 weeks he's their guy? You'll say you're wrong again. I guess maybe. And he may, and I may be wrong. I just want to see if he can do anything. Hasn't been given a chance. The Headless Horseman, Jay, what's up?
Well, I just don't want anybody to look at the evil twin over here. So just thought I'd go like this the rest of the show since I'm an evil person.
Hey, this went to very weird because I don't even know what you're doing. Like you try to make these things that seem apropos and relevant to what we're doing.
Apropos? What's apropos?
It's where the word appropriate comes from, Jason.
Okay, cool.
Now, Chief would like to see a two-back set of X-Rob and Blaylock, and I'm all with you on that. Using them as receivers will open up the entire field. I just would like to see someone out of the backfield catch the ball and do some things. Adrian says Ott needs more than 2 carries. Good look, Jason. 10-2 with the run game. 7-5 without a run game. Hopefully they figure it out. I mean, Barnes may look the part this week, Jay. You never know.
Hey, who's the best team in the SEC right now? And I saw somebody talking about Simpson earlier for Alabama. The way he played the other night, he looked like the best quarterback. He looked awesome.
Hey, I'm going to transition from Jaden Ott. I won't mention his name the rest of the live. I'm going to transition to another running back. X-Rob. Explain that one. He's looked good when he's been in there, but he doesn't get a chance, Jason.
Yeah.
And Platoon says, I know this is beating a dead horse or a dead boomer or sooner, but still feel like our O-line is a major concern. I know Everett's out for the year. Is anybody else on O-line out for a long time? Yeah. Sexton and Taylor, both out. When will they get back, Jay?
Jerm, I don't know.
Now, Greg God's got Ole Miss or Bama as the best team.
I could go along with that, but here's a weird thing. What do you think?
I agree with Ole Miss.
There was something about the rankings I didn't like, though.
I know what you're going to say.
So Alabama got dog walked by Florida State.
Correct.
Florida State lost on the last second to Virginia on the road on a Friday night. Florida State's ranked 18, Alabama 10.
Yeah, it's a little low for Florida State, if you ask me, considering they did dog walk Bama.
Well, so is Florida State bad now, or did they just have a bad game? I still think Florida State's decent. I think 18's too low. Like, I think 18's way too low for them. Now,
they should be 13 or 14.
We're going to find out this week. They play Miami. But we'll find out. But I just think it's like everybody was just talking about them, how good they are and stuff, and they were killing everybody. Even Alabama, they whooped them. And
I think there's a good chance Florida State was possibly looking ahead in the Hurricanes.
There's a good chance that I also think
they could go through the motion. You have a guy in Tommy Castellanos who's played at Boston College and played Virginia year after year after year. He probably thought they could stroll into there and get a dub, and they didn't.
It also is the name on the helmet. Because if Alabama, like last year, they went and lost to Vanderbilt, they didn't drop that far.
I agree with that.
So that's part of it, too. Florida State doesn't.
Tony Ella is a good coach, Daniel. Hey, OU Rhino is talking about, and he's not the only one. There's people who have mentioned the lack of ability to understand the playbook for ought and extra. But here's my question. How would you not know it by now?
You should.
They've been there.
You should.
They've been there.
Yeah. Hey, I don't think any shot of that at Bama. Not after last year.
Not at Bama. No.
Not after last year. Now,
not in Tuscaloosa. No.
Now, I will go back to what I said that I keep saying about DeBoer. Great big game coach. He's struggled in games that double-digit favorites. That's the games he's blown. He's looked awesome in big games. The guy has looked amazing. He's got an edge to him. But then maybe it's something about motivating 5 and 4 and 5-star players to beat teams they feel like they should be. That's something that Saban was. It was an art with Nick Saban. It was an art. He was unbelievable about getting his guys up no matter who they played. And that's hard to do.
Hey, Michael has looked better than ever. And I can't say he's been better than Andrew Rain yet.
No, Rain wasn't great, but Rain was good. He wasn't
great. And Rain was good at both pass blocking and run blocking. I haven't seen that Michael can run block very well. And Chief T-Bird, a member for 21 months, says, I have it on good authority that Mateer ought to be back by Texas. I love it. I love that comment. Love it.
Hey, let's get to trivia.
Average at best and got drafted, buddy. Average at best and got drafted, okay?
Let's get to trivia. Trivia, you see the logo there, Sugar 66. He's probably at the fair today, as he's been there for the last week and another week coming up. But go check him out, Sugar 66. You can find him there. Also has 2 locations, one in Tulsa at the Mother Road Market, one in Catoosa by the Big Blue Whale. Sweet treats, pineapple whips, frozen treats, freeze-dried candy. He's got it all. Check him out. All right, trivia for tonight. OU, we talked about the throwback uniforms. We talked about they are honoring that 1985 championship team. Pretty simple question here. Who wore number 50 for that 1985 team for Oklahoma? Who wore number 50? I think some of you guys get this pretty quick.
Jimmy's right. Needs to improve run blocking. They all do. They all need to be better at aggression and moving forward. Pretty good standing up, pass protecting, chipping out, holding guys up. Casillas was 77, wasn't he, Jay?
I believe Casillas was 92, I thought.
No, 77 or 75. I'm pretty sure, Jay.
Casillas was 92. And there's the answer right there, Dante Jones. Looks like Talon got it. Yeah, Dante Jones, linebacker, number 50. Tony Casillas was 92, by the way, Jeremy.
Yeah, I was thinking at Dallas, he was 75. Yeah, Dallas.
Yeah, Dante Jones, way to go, Talon. Ole Miss average. Ole Miss, guys, this might be Lane's year. I know we've said that before, and then they lose a game they shouldn't. But if you look at their schedule, Jerm, at Georgia. But other than that, I think there's a good chance they could be at 2 losses in the SEC. We talked about this a little bit last night. So we'll see. Long way to go. Long way to go.
Hey, Jay, you mentioned this earlier, and I don't want to harp on this because, Tatum hadn't done anything, hadn't even sniffed the field.
I think he's going to redshirt probably.
But Caden Durham has not looked as good this year.
He's been injured the last week and a half. But
I know, but Nutzmeyer and Caden Durham, the 2 stars of that team, Jay, they lost some receivers. They have not been what people thought they would be this year. That's a fact, Jay.
Their O-line hasn't been very good.
Neither is Nutzmeyer, Jay.
That's what I'm saying. It affects everything. They haven't been.
Neither is Durham. He's got like 2 touchdowns on the entire season. So
I agree, but they're not. See the difference. They're not a throw. Their offense is not a throw it all around the field offense. So if you can't run the ball at all, and that it really, I think they do a little more play out, different things. They haven't been very good offensively, and they lost the game the other day because of it. Their defense has been pretty good.
Platone says if OU takes care of business, then should be fine. OU versus Georgia SEC championship game. If OU slips up, and I think it'll be Ole Miss, Georgia. Ole Miss and Georgia have easiest path forward.
But
A&M does too.
There too, but I think I would agree with that. Ole Miss and Georgia have a pretty easy,
and so does A&M
road for that. Yeah. So Alabama, Missouri, they announced the kickoff time for 11 a.m. there in Missouri. If you're a Missouri fan, you got to hate that.
Hey, so does anyone know if that was an actual image of John Mateer or is that AI?
Supposedly was with the Band-Aid. I've seen multiple people put it out. I don't believe everything I see on Twitter because of AI and stuff. So it's hard to know, to be honest. It's hard to know. It really is. I just, I don't, some of that stuff on Twitter, I get kind of, sometimes I see it wrong and I'm thinking it's true and it's not. So, fall ball starts this Friday, softball. I like softball. It's hard to, when football season's going on though, it's hard to get too pumped for it. It's just the way I am. It's all football all the time right now for me.
To me he has a bandage, but to me it does look swollen. So,
oh my gosh, are we zooming in on thumbs now?
I've zoomed in a couple times. It looks a little swollen.
Jeez. Probably he just had surgery, Germ. Chill.
Yeah, I agree. He did, Jay. I just forgot what I was going to say, and I was going to bring up something that was going to be a very good point, the way to close this show out tonight, the last 10 minutes, but I can't remember what it was.
What about Helms, Germ? Any chance he?
No, I think McIntyre's ahead of him, Jay.
This podcast is up and running again.
It is, Jay, so he's done.
I know that. Who finished with 10-plus wins? Ole Miss, yes. Missouri, no. Tennessee, no. Oklahoma, I'm at 9-3. So out of those 4, I'd say one of them Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Is that you agree?
I would agree with that right now, Jay.
Here's a team, though, that could change a lot of this stuff we're talking about. There's one team out there, in my opinion, that could totally change.
Who's that?
A lot of these easy wins we picked here and for teams. And that is the same team that did it last year. Who am I thinking? Who am I?
Notre Dame.
No, there's a team out there in the SEC that people have written off that could get it together somehow, and they could put some of these teams with losses on them. And it starts this week.
LSU.
No.
Florida.
They did it last year. They knocked Ole Miss out of the playoff. All Ole Miss had to do was beat Florida, and they couldn't do it. They out of the playoff. Done. They play Ole Miss again. Same
Now,
thing. They play Texas. They play a lot of these Georgia. They play Georgia. So, and South Carolina is another one. Where are you
Now,
at on South
Auburn,
Carolina?
Daniel's right. Auburn too, because they play a lot of the good teams. Hey Jay, what I was going to say.
Listen very carefully. If Jackson Arm's a quarterback, they're not beating anybody. Sorry.
No, I agree.
Now,
I don't think he's going to be the quarterback.
If they make a change and Deuce Knight's able to do something, that's a little different story because they're.
Now, I agree with Talon. Jeff Lebby could upset Ole Miss, and it would be huge, giving him a third loss. Huge.
Now the Egg Bowl.
Hey,
Egg Bowl.
Jay, I was going to bring
Where's that
this up.
game
I know we're not talking. I know you mentioned Thunder earlier, so I got to bring it up. I think Jalen Williams is going to be insane this year. He's been basically playing left-handed all summer.
Did you know they ranked him? Did you see the rankings of players?
No.
They got him as the 11th best player in the league this year.
Jay, he played summer all left-hand. He's going to be insane. I'm going to read you what George Stoya posted about what Brent Venables said on the coaches show, Jay, in regards to Mateer. He's going to push the limits on everything when it comes to his rehab and getting back. At the same time, I told him, you're not going to defy the odds. You need to let those things heal. Now, that tells me something. What it tells me is Mateer is going to do everything, even if it means coming back early, and Venables isn't going to allow it. So that's going to be a little bit of a conflict thing, Jay.
Yeah, I don't know the injury enough to know if you're going to re-injure it. I mean,
yeah, I don't know if you can re-injure the thumb. I mean, I'm assuming you can.
Yeah, I don't really know how that works, man.
That injury tonight by Tyreek Hill was disgusting.
Dislocated knee is not good.
It was awful.
Apparently, that's what it was. But yeah,
I agree with Daniel. Levy's been better than people thought. You would have to agree with that.
Well, it's early, but yeah, I agree.
He's been better than people thought.
Why do you lose it?
Because you said, well, it's early. Yeah, it is. But
it is early.
He's been better than people thought.
I don't know why you get all. Ooh, no, not y'all. I didn't say
y'all.
There's a lot of people.
It was a top 5 offense.
People were bashing me because I didn't want him gone. Actually,
well, you wanted Beatembo gone, and when Levy was here, they ran the ball pretty well. So there's that too, Corks. You wanted Beatembo gone during that time, didn't you? Levy's offense was top 5, guys.
Now, Dalpo says I'm not a Levy fan, and I agree. Here's the thing with
play calls was bad at times.
Here's the thing with Levy. I think he does good on offense. He creates good stuff. You got to have a good quarterback because the system. You have to have a good quarterback. But the other thing is this: he goes in these spurts where, like even the other day against Tennessee, it went to overtime, thank goodness, but he almost blew it because he was on the field literally for 12 seconds to run 3 plays.
Correct.
Sometimes getting in a hurry and doing that, it hurts you. So, but I think he's been really good at Mississippi State.
Levy actually could run the ball. In 2022, I think they were 1st or 2nd in the conference. Jimmy, no, I'm not doing my best Dan Lanning impression. Dan Lanning did his best Germ impression. Okay, and hey, passion or immaturity? Asking for a friend.
Dalpo says 7-3. That's what I'm saying, Dalpo. He would go in spurts. I mean, the SMU game that year, really bad. They would go in spurts. I mean, to me, the offense is also a very rhythmic offense. When they got going, it was all gas, no brakes, and nothing you could do about it. It was like a bowling ball, man. But then when they were struggling, no rhythm, they were didn't look good at all. So, but overall, he had good offenses. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see Tolly Walker win that game, Jay? Pretty much. I mean,
I didn't, but I was shocked that Kansas lost at home to Cincinnati. What? I was shocked by that. Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Hey, let's do this the last 10 minutes of the show. I want to ask you a question. This is for the chat too. Okay. It's not surge or purge. It's a little different. You say
Glaze or Hayes or what?
No. So overrated or underrated? I mean, overrated. Is this overrated? Okay. Luke Fickell as a head coach, overrated?
Oh, Clearly
Or
overrated.
is he just having a bad time at Wisconsin?
Clearly overrated.
You don't think he can go somewhere else and be good? You think he's
No.
over?
Overrated.
Okay.
And up until this point, yes, Odd is overrated.
Odd is overrated. By the way, I got to say this. If there's any Arkansas fans on there, it's probably not. But if Arkansas Razorbacks hire Bobby Petrino to be their head coach going forward next year, huge mistake. Huge mistake. Huge mistake.
Jen says overrated. Chief says Fickle's a great coach in the wrong spot.
That's what I was wondering. That's why I was wondering.
I've got one for you. Today, who's got the better defense? OU or Texas?
God, that's tough.
It is a tough one, Jay.
Yeah, I can't pick. It's too hard to pick, man. Those defense are both. They're both in the top 2 or 3 stat wise. I mean, hey, we'll find out in about a week. Of course, I mean, we'll find out in a week. I think OU's got better D line, but Texas is a really good D line. But I think OU's got the edge there, and I'll base it off the stat that I put out earlier. Number 1, without blitzing. That means your front 4 is getting the quarterback. What about, let's see here.
Platone says Texas better D overall, OU better D line.
Yeah, I mentioned this a few weeks ago. We'll see. Here's the thing. Just talking to some people here, like Lashley would be the guy, but will they pay up to get – Lashley's got money in Dallas. He's got money as a head coach. He's got money in NIL. He's not coming to go play in the SEC with Arkansas without getting a lot of money. NIL-wise and head coaching-wise.
I can't believe that we have not heard much of Golish anywhere. And I'll tell you another guy, Jay.
Well, he's
I'm drawing a blank on his name. It's the Memphis guy who just beat Arkansas.
Yeah, it's too early for him, though.
I don't know, Jay.
Now, the other guy, a lot of people like
Malzahn.
Sumrall from from Tulane.
I wonder if Gus Malzahn would go back to Arkansas.
Well, but they could have got him, however many years ago, and they didn't. So, I don't know, man. I'm not an Arkansas fan. I just live here. If I were Arkansas, I'd go away from an Arkansas guy. Just like I always say with Oklahoma sometimes. I don't like the Oklahoma hires as much as you get somebody out of the program. But just because it is harder to cut ties if it doesn't go well. Now, I like Gus Malzahn a lot.
He didn't do it at UCF.
Do you remember when TU hired Bill Blankenship?
It was bad.
Yeah. I mean, so you see that kind of stuff, and it's just like
well, Andrew Anthony's not doing what I thought he might. He got like 1 catch for 6 yards last week. Andrew Anthony, Sharp.
It'd be a running back. It'd be a running back. Hollywood Smothers has been decent. Tawee Walker.
It'd be Seth McGowan.
Well, hear me out here. This is 2025. Listen to this. Running backs that were at Oklahoma that are playing well. Hollywood Smothers, Seth McGowan, Tawee Walker. I'm missing one. Who is it? Come on. Who am I missing? Tawee Walker.
Smothers.
No, I said Smothers. There's another
Mikey Henderson?
No, there's another one. Come on now. Who am I missing? Gavin Sawchuk.
He hasn't been great.
No, but all 4 of those guys are playing, and they all are at Oklahoma at one time.
Yeah, and I'm with Corks. I don't give a rip about players that left. Hey, Tim Fowler. You can't be impressed with DeMarco. I don't see how you could be right now. Hasn't done much. Except be too stoic. He's too stoic. And figure it out. Get some energy.
We haven't talked about it, but because it's way too early. But if you want to screenshot it just so you have it on your phone or something, you might want to, just so you can say they were at one time. OU's ranked number 1 in the 2027 recruiting class. Way too early, but they are there right now because they've gotten some commits as of late, so they've jumped up. But
yeah. Hey, good night tonight, Jay.
Am I still evil?
Always. Hey, but it's a good night. Hey guys, thanks for watching the Sooner Surge 9:30 nightly live show. Man, we've got so many great viewers on here who commit to being a part of this show each and every night, to commit to being in the Discord, to generally care about the people of this chat and the Discord. And I really appreciate you guys that are on here and join us every night. And if you're new, become part of this community. Be here every night with us. It'll be a blast. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a fantastic, terrific Tuesday, Sooner Nation. Hit the like, please. See you tomorrow.